Hello, friends, and welcome to my new episode. Over the last couple of years, definitely, the impact of cinema from Kerala, Malayalam cinema, has been so huge that, along with other things, expectations have risen sky high as well. And then when you have, a combination like AAashiqAbu and Tovino Thomas coming together after giving us films like Thivram and Mayanadi in the past, you know, expectations are bound to be sky high. So when Naaradhan finally got an OTT release a couple of days ago, I was quite keen to watch it and experience what this collaboration was going to bring us now. Naaradhan is very topical. It's about journalists. It's about journalism. It's about the kind of role that the media plays in today's society in building news, in creating news, in making news headline worthy, and the fight, the ugliness, and the scramble that goes behind in creating these sensational news. All done, of course, for better TRPs and more visibility. So it's about this mucky world and this dirty world where everyone plays dirty for their own advantage. So it had quite an interesting premise to begin with, Naradan. And given the fact that Tovino Thomas was playing the lead character, it was quite an appetizing prospect for me, at least, to watch what would unfold. Now, after having sat through 2.5 hours of the movie, I would say I am definitely underwhelmed because, as I said right at the beginning, expectations from Malayalam cinema is so much that it really takes to be a great, great film to live up to that expectation. And according to me, Naradan doesn't fit there. You know, it's as I said, it's a topic where I felt that some great writing, good direction, and fine performances would have really made this film stand out. It could have been such a layered study of this world that Naradan depicts. Unfortunately for me, the film falters on the writing table. It's not tautly written. It's not layered enough or deep enough, and at times the film gets very loud and melodramatic and even preachy. But the impact of what Naradan could have been and what it is, are poles apart. Tovino Thomas is very good. Performance-wise, I think he is absolutely brilliant. He plays the role of Chandra Prakash, a journalist who is upright and morally strong and courageous. And then it shows us the transformation in the man and the transformation of his attitude towards his profession as he turns out to be completely different from what he used to be. And there are these two transformations from an unkempt, disheveled Chandra Prakash, who was morally very strong and upright, to this sophisticated, suave, appearance-wise very polished Chandra Prakash, who has now shed away all his moral values and is just hell-bent on sensationalism and influencing listeners and viewers with his kind of news. The transformation is quite plain to see. Unfortunately, it's not done very well, and that is surprising, considering it's coming from a director of AAashiqAbu's caliber, and Tovino Thomas being the great actor that he is. But somehow the transformation seemed forced and sort of jerky to me. It didn't seem like a very seamless transformation. And what happens is, after he becomes this obnoxious journalist and in charge of this Naaradhan TV, it's obvious to see who his character is based on, and it's a prominent journalist known for all the wrong reasons. And there are incidents of him being heckled in a lift and things like that, which will just make you confirm even more who they are talking about or who they have modeled Tovino Thomas's character on. But there are other things about his personal life which come across, and during this transformation from this morally upright journalist to what he becomes, there are also personal instances shown where he breaks off with his girlfriend because he knows she's not going to get the kind of wealth he was expecting her to get. So it shows a lot about his personal character as well. And it is alluded that his father was like this, and hence he is like that. So these kind of things are brought about in the story, but somehow, at least for me personally, Naaradhan fails to gel. It could have been so much of a better movie, which it isn't by any stretch. There are long courtroom dramas and courtroom scenes, especially in the second half of the movie, and you have performers like Indrans and Annaben, who are very good, who are very strong and solid performers, but somehow it's the writing that lets them down, and the film, as I said, becomes very preachy, and it appeared to me that somehow Naaradhan is a superficial look at a subject which could have been dealt with much deeper, much more intricately, and the writing definitely could have been so much better. There's this huge star cast which is there in Naaradhan. Annaben is there, Indrans is there, Ranji Panikar is there. Of course, Tovino Thomas being the fine actor that is Sharifuddin. So you have so many stars at your disposal. You have so much of talent with you, but somehow the film doesn't hit you, or the film doesn't speak to you the way I expected it to speak to me. As I said, I was expecting a lot. I haven't seen Mayanadi. I have seen Thivram. So, the kind of praise those two films had garnered, and, Naaradhan being the third film after those two collaborations between AAashiqAbu and Tovino Thomas, I was really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I'm a little underwhelmed. Having said that, again, it's definitely worth a watch. Do watch it. But it's what do I say? It's probably will leave you underwhelmed, just like it has left me. At times it seems to be a little populistic. At times it seems to be, there are some cliched portrayals of upright journalists, which seems like a tepid effort to balance what Chandra Prakash has become now. So to show that no, not everyone is like that. There are still the, diligent, morally upright, journalists also present. So to me, what happens is, because of this absence of layer, because of this absence of depth in the writing, Naaradhan ends up being personal critiques, and the finger pointing is done more on a personal level rather than at a system level. It's a system that is wrong. It's a system that is corrupt. It's a system that has gone rogue. which needs to be corrected, which needs to be acknowledged, which needs to be dealt with. I don't think Naaradhan tackles any of that very seriously. It ends up being more on a personal level, more on a superficial level. And as I said, maybe my expectations were unreal. Maybe my expectations were, as I said, because it's a cinema from Kerala, you feel that there'll be a lot more that you will get and you will expect, and unfortunately, I didn't get that. And it disappointed me to that extent. Again, having said that, the performance of Tovino Thomas is absolutely brilliant. Anna Ben, as one of the lawyers in the courtroom section of the movie, she is great as well, as is Indran's. But somehow the film doesn't work at a larger level for me. Naaradhan is there on OTT. As I said, it's released on Amazon Prime from the 8th of April. So do watch it. It released in theaters, I think, sometime in the first week of March. And so I'm sure a lot of you would have seen it on big screen as well. But if, in case you haven't, in case you've missed it, like I have sitting here in Calcutta, I was keen to watch the OTT release, and it's been a bit of a mixed bag for me. Tovino Thomas has been brilliant. Some of the other actors has been brilliant, but I feel AAashiqAbu's direction and definitely the script could have given us a much more. So all in all, a mixed bag is how I will term Naaradhan. Wish it could have been so much better. There was so much potential for it to be better. But it's a good watch for a weekend. Do watch it and enjoy some of the nice parts of the movie. As I said, it's showing on Amazon Prime, and do watch it and let me know your views in the comment section of what you thought about Naaradhan. That's all for this episode, and until the next time, bye for now.